In this session, we will be discussing cost planning. So here we will be discussing overall cost planning and cost element based planning. So in overall cost planning, it's like a basic, you are making a basic plan against the project. Okay. So against the project structure, what you are doing is you are recording your cost. Whereas in cost element based cost planning, you will be recording the cost on at each cost element level which is connected with the WBS. Okay, and the cost can be also be a periodic cost. Whereas in overall cost planning, you have option like if your project is for 3 years, you can plan for each year, you can make a cost plan. Okay, so let's go to the system and see. So let's go to the transaction code CJ40. So this is the you can say this is the cost planning, hierarchical cost planning transaction code. So I entered the project ID, and now so this is how it looks like. So here let me just select display description here. Yeah, so this is basically a dummy plan of implementation. Okay, so here you can see for the prepare phase we have, let's consider this as 4 modules. Let's consider FICU as 1 module, SD, HR. Okay, so for each phase you can maintain the value, but instead the best practice is you should maintain the cost at the lowest level of the WBS. Okay, so to record the cost at the lowest level of WBS, what you need to do is you need to open the project, and go to the select your project. Okay, so in realize phase, let's take from bottom, run phase. So here you see the operative indicator. Operative indicators are for planning element. This is to capture the plan cost. If we select this checkbox at the WBS level, we can capture the plan cost. Okay, as well as we can make the plan cost. Account assignment element is to capture the actual postings. Billing element is to plan the revenue as well as post the actual revenue. Okay, so in our case what we are doing is we want to record the cost at the lowest level WBS. For this purpose, what we will do is we will assign planning element to the lowest level. Okay, and yeah, we have it. So I will deselect the level 2 WBS so that you can understand. Yeah, this is all selected. So let me deselect only, let me check it from our end so that we don't miss anything. Yeah, here level 2, let's remove. Even for this, let me select, check it. Yeah, we have all the operative planning indicators we have. So for prepare phase, let's remove here. Also, one of the important option is we need to check, here we need to check what is the planning profile. So planning profile is very important. If you don't select in planning profile, if you don't select planning element, okay, in the planning profile, if you don't select planning element, then you will not be able to plan according to the setting which you are making. Okay, so let me save this. Yeah, now my project is saved. So now I can go to CJ40. So here I will show you. Yeah, see, this I have grayed out, this I have grayed out, and this I have grayed out, as well as this I have grayed out. Okay, so let's again select the description. Yeah, so let's from top, let's assume 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, let's assume our implementation cost is around, you can say 2 lakhs or 20 lakhs. Okay, so we need to divide this. This is a rough cost estimate which is done by the finance guys, or it can be from the project controller, so who want to report to his manager. If his manager requested to make a, I mean make a breakdown at the CJ40, and just show him the breakdown, and also he can request to give alternative plans with estimations. Okay, so it can be any of the scenario. So for that purpose, let's take training. Yeah, for the first prepare phase, for this phase let's take 50,000. Okay, for all let's take 50,000, 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. Discover phase also let's take 50,000. Here let's take 1 lakh. Okay, yeah, so inserted the values. So this is rough estimation. So for each WBS we recorded 100,000, 100,000. Okay, so now let's total up. To total up, let's select the column, let's go to edit, and here we'll say total up. So here system is prompting two options. One is total value, which is nothing but you are calculating based on project overall, or do you want to record for each year, you want to record like for 24, 25 and 26. Would you or want to record cost, plan cost for each year? So I say no. So let me select total value. So yeah, up you can see now it's 2 million. Okay, so as well as at the WBS level you can see the subtotals and final total. Okay, so this is how you can make cost planning. This is hierarchical cost planning. Okay, so now you can save your changes. This is hierarchical cost planning. Now let's see yearly cost planning. In hierarchical, how yearly cost planning will be performed. So you need to enter the project number, then go to cost planning. So this was hierarchical and overall cost planning. So now let's do the yearly based cost planning. So for doing yearly based cost planning, you need to select annual overview. Yeah, here. So our project is having a duration of you can say 3 years. So here I can enter the values like 5 lakh, like 10 lakh. Okay, and again 5 lakh. So this is how you can put the yearly base values for the project. So the cost will be planned yearly based. So this is also one of the option. You can check the system, so whether it has errors or is there any bug. So once this is done, now you can save it. So to check, you can go back yearly you can see, as well as overall structure you can see. So this option, why it's giving us this option is because in configuration, so in the planning profile, what we did is transaction code is OPSB. Yeah, here if you see, we have selected two options: total, that is overall, and the one is annual. So that is why the system is giving us option of plan plan the cost using yearly based as well as the overall. If I select here only one option like total, so it will give me the overall option and it will not give me the annual option. Okay, so this is it from the hierarchical cost planning.